back. Welcome to Can't Catch a Break. I am DJ and Dr. Charlene. Thank you all for listening to Can't Catch a Break on this Monday, April 21st, 2025. We really appreciate you taking out your busy schedule to listen to Can't Catch a Break. Thank you once again. If you like to poll us, you can, POLL. Poll us. Tell us what you think. Thank you once again. I'm always give you a big hand clap because I really appreciate you listening and taking out your schedule. You don't have to listen to me. You don't have to, but I appreciate you so much. We do. Okay, we have a good episode on today. We really do. We have a good episode on today. Yes, we do. Okay, now, Easter Sunday. Let's talk about Easter Sunday. Okay, as this era of change, things are happening at a rapid rate. uh, we see the change. People don't want to go to church on Easter. Some people don't. And why is that? Why do people don't want to attend church no more? Or have some really saying that they experience the same thing every year when they go on Easter Sunday? I'm going to talk about this because we need to find out what's the real problem is. Why some people really don't want to go to church on Easter or on Sundays no more. Okay, we're not here to be critical or judge anyone. We're here to speak the truth, the facts, and share knowledge. Yes, let's talk. Okay, now I'm going to get right into it because this is very important. Many people, they don't say much. They don't say much about, not going to church. You know, some do, some don't. And some people tell you how they feel right away about why they don't want uh, attend church. Some people say it doesn't make sense because of, I guess, when you've been in church so long, some people have got complacent. So they saying the same thing. They saying there's no need changes in Easter. For instance, they see it as a tradition. They see the dressing up, coming to church, on Easter, the dressing up, the children's dressing up, everybody in their clean clothes, their suits, new clothes. They see that. And they see the plays, they see all that. And now, as time drift, you see the changes in people's attitudes toward the house of God. Okay, and some people believe now what they're looking at because I often hear about it. Always say that fewer people are attending church every year. You know, and you might ask yourself, ask a question about it. You know, you may ask a question about it. Not ask yourself, but you may ask a question about it. Okay, and some will probably give a answer. But at the same time, because what they see a declining in attendance, um, and they're not um, they're not offered. Seem like to me, it's the teaching, the different teachings of what people when they present the Word of God. You know, um, you know, Jesus he preached love and forgiveness down here on earth. He taught the attitudes, the beatitudes. Today we're in a fast-paced society where people are just, running here and there. They're looking for some are looking for entertainment. And then you have those, that money is the big thing in some of the churches now. Money is real big, And but the thing is, you're gonna have reasons. Some people do have reasons to stop going to church because maybe church hurt. Maybe the things that happened to them that they thought it was going to happen to them as they've been members for a long time. hmm Uh, maybe the role of the pastors, the leaders, are they being teaching on more love? Are they bringing people together? Are they caring about people? It's about what I can get out of you, first money. Is it about that? Have we seen that? We've seen a lot. We see a lot of things are happening in America alone. You know, some people grew up in church, and in their mind right now, what they're seeing because of the changes, they have become kind of not interesting no more. Is it because of the teacher, the leader? What is it? What are they seeking for? Just God. They should be seeking for that. They should be seeking after that. But there's other reasons too. Some people experience. A lot of people can't deal with some can't deal with the attitudes of others and the mistreatment because the house of God is supposed to be a house of love, caring, and they probably come in and from out the streets, and looking at this, is they going to be love? Or are they going to be, it's going to be like unity where they are welcome, and some don't. We look at what's going on. There's a decline in the churches now. What are the roles? Okay, some people say going to other churches is hard because they went to church and they found out that down through the years that a lot of things got in the way, such as entertainment, um, money, and pride, and not being loved. It seemed like it was more. Some say it's more of a competition, more of a status quo. You know, even in getting positions, holding position in the church, it's like it's a status quo, and that's what they're seeing. A lot of pride, a lot of attention seekers. They seeing this. These are the ones that are are been in church and they've been out. They've been in church and there after years and years and years. Down the line, but they don't mean they left God. It's just that right now they're trying to decide. You know, what church should I go to? Because all I see is entertainment. All I see is money. I don't hear no love. I don't hear no teaching. I don't hear how to bring people together in unity. I hear it, but then it's like the message is more not sincere. Some people don't feel the love. They don't feel the sincerity of the message. Okay, and that's what's going on. Now since the COVID-19, remember COVID-19 came, and when it happened, it took. I mean, everybody was in a house. They went in service. They went in church. So guess what happened? The booming of social media came. Millions of people came. Okay, the podcasts and many of them they came, and people start having services online, and that's they still doing it. And because some people are like, well, if they having service online, I don't need to be there. I can be at home. I don't need to be in the church. That's how some people are looking at it. Yeah. So some people are convinced. Uh, you know, um, they figure that that if I drive all the way to this church or something, and I don't and I can't connect, then I could stay at home and be online. And when they come on, I could attend that way and connect that way. And some people are looking at the fact is that they went to church and heard three or four songs, sing a message, and some just went home. You know, is the and that was the most thing they did. But they felt that they wasn't getting a lot out of it. There was no sincerity there. There's no love in them. You have to show, and you have to show the love. You have to show the compassion toward people. See Spotify, those different ones, podcasts, different scenarios. Um, they came according to the market. Because of people was reaching out to it during COVID. This happened. So yeah, it's a lot of changes happening. The change. A lot of changes took place. In the culture. It was drowning. I mean, really, and between the Christians and non-Christians. So they looking for help. They're looking for avenues where they can feel where they not. in the area in the church of where it's more of a competition or where it's more of a when it comes to money or entertainment, they're looking for soundness. They're looking for the heart of people, the leaders to talk from their hearts. Really mean it. That's some people they do that. God looks at the heart. He does. Um, it's important for everyone to be together. Okay, all right. But what happens now? Um, the numbers are very little right now because right now people are not. They're going online. They're not attending in person. Um, and you don't want to, as leaders, you want to encourage your people, your members, to stay and go be on social media having services because I guess when you're online, it's good, but being in the presence it makes a big difference because people can actually show you the love, can show you, you know, because now you're connecting that way. Well, and online, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just that you don't have that connection like you should when you gather together in unity. So we have to be careful, think careful that uh, you know um, the churches. A lot of people, people coming back little by little. Some is, some ain't. It's gonna be like that. I mean, really. Uh, um, and some are very people are so interested, still interested in Christianity, still interested when they come to the front door. Uh, and the front door of the church come in and you're new. At the same time, like I say, it's to come with a love and a unity and a caring come in when they walk in that door. Yes, people, the spirit, the love of God should be there. So when you can come in there, they'll know, they can sense it that there's love in here, there's love, there's care. And some people say they're not getting that because they come visit churches and they get this. So Easter was like a day where some looked at it and said, well, it's a day of dressing up, a day of putting on your new clothes, it's a day of the plays, a day of talking about Jesus Christ. He died on the cross for our sin. And yet some feel that they didn't they want to more they want more of the love, you know um, and that need to be shown throughout the week or however you have service or the week, or Sunday. It should be. Yeah. So that's what's happening when people engage now on Sundays. The change is happening. Many people will try to say, some, not me, but some will say, it's the devil. Everything ain't the devil. Everything's not the devil. You know, everything is not. It's the person that is needing help and they're reaching out, but are they getting the help? Okay, of why they're not being loved, and being friendly, people being friendly and caring, you know. So, just wanted to say that. Uh, uh, See, church online is not an excuse for people not to attend. You need to go. Still, I mean that's because you gain strength from one another when you go. Um, so some believe, like I said once again, because of COVID-19, some believe that uh, COVID really damaged a lot of the churches. People became lessly like Christians. The great falling away. Some people said, "I'll stay at home. I don't need to go to church." They didn't come back to church. Still to this day, okay, going to what's going on. You read in these stories. I read. I do research. We do research. We find out what's the real scenarios of things that's happening in our world today and what's coming in our churches. Okay. See, and there's a right now there's a they believe that by 2070, some I was reading in the Pew Research report that they believe uh, uh, that by 2070, Christians will be outnumbered. If the world's around that long. They know right now there's like a 90% drop in the early 1990s. Over 90% of adults attended back then, but then in today it's saying only 63% are confessing non-Christians as today. That's pretty high there. So we got to look at what's really going on and what's happening here. Even holidays come up. It's not like uh, some see it as a tradition. Some see it as normal now. Because of the love, because of the love is not there. What is it? Um, so it's a drop. Yeah, it's a drop. Okay, we gotta know that. I mean, what that means. We gotta understand what's happening here. Uh-huh. There's a lot of drifting away. Okay, it's like water supply. You need water. If you don't get enough water, what happens? You be thirst. You can't function without water. hmm Uh, the thing is, uh, when it was a lot of cultures came together back then. You know, that's why we see the split. We see the split. We see what's going on. We see the different churches of faith. Some of them they are dividing people, but it is. It is that they're dividing people. Uh huh. Yes, they are. They're dividing. They're dividing people with because maybe some of those churches then branched out into uh, really not really talking about the love like they should. And action is more of a power struggle. Power struggle. Who they can serve. Who can be their leader. And to me, I think money also is with that. They got money, so I'm gonna stay with that side. They got money, and so you see that the way the things are reshaping in America. People. I hope that people can wake up and really see that this is not just a coincidence. But right now there needs some intervention. Need to be some structure in some of these churches. With the church, the youth, some structure. I mean, really having conversations with the youth and the young adults, and and they will tell you what they don't want going to go to church because of what's happening. Uh, yeah, and some people in Christian faith uh, is not really uh, pushing it like it should. Uh, you gotta love all races, all colors. I would love everybody to push it, to push the agenda, no matter how much crowds you have, or churches you have. But it's about love. If you ain't got love, you ain't got nothing. If you ain't got the love of God, you ain't have nothing. That's what it's all about. See, a lot of people, some people have been shut down. A lot of people have been shut down because of what they're seeing, what people are saying. Yeah. hmm And some people are going broadcasting. They go on to broadcasting. They spending the money. They enhancing things so they can get on here and talk about true religion. Some ain't. Some is doing it for the money. There's a lot of movements going on from witchcraft to I mean a lot of things is going on. I mean really different cults popping up like never before. Okay, because you see churches are not different faiths are not coming together. And hey, come together and pray. Those things like that to help the youth and get people back in church. Get people back in church. So with this digital things, with the things that are happening right now, with the change and adversity and different things are happening right now, COVID, uh, New doors is being opened up now because of the streaming services, the different things that's happening. Uh, because but at the same time, you have to still push people. You have to. Okay. uh And that's the thing is, none like forgetting to assemble yourself together. You need to be together. I mean, those are things that are very important. You gain strength from each other. hmm You really do. hmm Because some people are not looking at Christ like that. They're not. They're not. Because some people are being persuaded to do a thing that biblically in the Bible it talks against. hmm But the gathering is very important. People, and we keep people occupied. He said, occupy till I come. That's what he said. That's the word. And occupy. So I just wanted to share that on tonight about Easter and the traditions and holidays and what we're seeing right now between how some people are looking at this. And not really, some are not really understanding about Jesus who died on the cross for our sins. They have an idea, but they not really. It doesn't hit them like that. That's the things you want people to absorb the love and the heart pain, the heartaches of what, not the hearts, but what they said, what Jesus did. He died for the sins of this world. hmm And that's what we can do. God divides the line. hmm there's good reasons to attend church, go to church. Uh, have a meaningful. You got to change your mind. You can't let your mind be pulled into what others may look at church. You pray for them. You have to do that. So you got regardless of a person's background. Hey, everybody's welcome into the house of God. I mean, that's what Jesus would do. What you think? Yeah. So church, uh, you don't hear about that down through the years about church attendance is dying. But people have to be engaged around in a mission to help encourage people that want to leave, that's going through some things, to stay in the church, in the house of God, and worship Him, serve Him. Yeah, okay, you have to. That's what the church. Yeah. The people that are unchurched, mm, I mean, they're looking at stuff like this. But we have to love. We have to show them, no matter what. Teenagers, they see things they don't like. It's chaos. If it's something that's not helping them, some feel like they can go out in the street and get more help. But that's the devil. That's not true. Yeah, so you gotta look at that stuff. Look at all that. What's really going on with the body of Christ, the people. Yeah. So it's just have to be leaders need to be more stepping up on their game in sermons about love and about encouraging them, about helping, about compassion, and then money. And we get this miracle, if you get this money, I can do this, I can do that, but that's not what Jesus wants. He wants everybody to receive the word of God. He wants everybody to be never healed, whatever you need. He wants that. It's not about people with a lot of money because he don't need our money. He don't need that. He don't. Okay, so yeah, no, so don't fall into the ditch. Keep your head up. Keep looking. Keep praying. Okay. Uh, there's more. There's more. Uh, You gotta get a method, a sermons to reach more people to grow your church, and the art of preaching because you need that. Uh, and remember, prep yourself. You know, this is God's people. When you come before them, prep yourself. Just like you're ready to play a sport game. You're getting ready. You get ready. You're prepping yourself. You're studying. You're more into compassion and the audience that you look out there. You want to make sure that they get the message. Just your concern. Forget about the money. Forget about you don't need that. You need to make sure that those are thinking and wondering their minds about where they should go and all that. Why they not like this or that. They have many questions, but you have to have that compassion, that deep, heartfelt uh, 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 with them. Okay, all right. Mm-hmm. You need to sign no notes. You have to do none of that. You just reach march. You have to do that. Unchurched people. Really, just be yourself. Okay, and help somebody. Help somebody. They can go out there and say, I went to this one church, and I went to many other churches, and uh, really, I did not, you know, I, they really showed me love. They was help. They was praying for me. They showed their care. It was compassion. It wasn't act there, just begging for money. They took offerings and stuff like that, but it wasn't like that. I felt love. I felt people around me that cared. You know, it wasn't pride. It wasn't about comp- um, positioning, competition, none of that. It was about love. It was humility. It was a humble experience. I experienced it. Even on Easter, I walked out of there, you know, I might have had the best of clothes on, but when I went there, they didn't care about that. They loved me. They showed compassion. They was there. So you want people to leave out the church like that. So they can go tell everybody, well, it's not like that over there because, hey, they show love. They show compassion. They received me. It wasn't about competition. It wasn't about me, myself, and I. It wasn't about that. It was about them sharing the word and loving people. Yeah, that's what you want to do. You want to do that, and that's what people will come back when you do those things. When you do those things, when you show your love, when you show compassion, when you make people welcome. Even some people you ain't even known that comes in the church, and they looking for a church. And but you don't want to say I'm not coming back here because it was like they wasn't showing no love. I mean, the ushers at the door, it was like nobody smiling, nobody, so but you want to cover those areas because you're doing it for Christ, not man, and not man. Okay, so I just wanted to share with you about how people really are feeling about. I did some are not attending churches, and I did one before, but this is real. We're in 2025. We see the decline of churches and the members and people and organizations are really drifting. You know, they're not, we see the people are not being really witnessed to in some cases, because you have other denominations like that's out in the street. You know, I can name a few of them: Church of Latter Day Saints of Jesus Christ, Jehovah's Witnesses. You see a lot of them out there. You see a lot, but and yeah, so there's a lot of them out there. They out there, okay. Okay, well, so your faith, your religion, I'm not trying to force nothing on anybody. I'm just speaking from what we're seeing. Okay, it's your choice. Everybody has a choice. So thank you all for listening to Can't Catch a Break. I'm DJ and Dr. Shar. Please poll us. Tell us what you think. We really, really, really appreciate you. Our prayers are with you always. The best is yet to come. Keep your head up. Keep moving. Faith. Believe in yourself. Believe in faith. Without faith, it's impossible to please God. Hey, ask God to help you. For wisdom, ask Him. If you don't know some things, ask God. He will help you. So thank you all. May you have a fantastic and a wonderful and a blessed day always. It's just a catch a break. And Dr. Shar and DJ, we love you.